everyone, welcome back. It's Friday just before Christmas. What would it be? 22nd, I guess it is. Started working on the cab. I spent 5 or 6 hours taking the doors off and the fuel tank out and the seat out. We have lots of rusty hardware, broken bolts, screws, all kinds of stuff. So we've been dealing with that. Once I got all that apart, I took it outside and pressure washed it, which to be able to do that on the 21st of December in southwest Saskatchewan is pretty much unheard of, but the weather is just phenomenal. Going to be 8 above Celsius today, just crazy. So I'll show you what I got. As Diff from South Africa on Rat Rods for Africa would say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Well, this is going to be a huge elephant. I got a shitload of rust to deal with, and it's all in bad places. So I can probably show you the top part here in a little bit. Maybe I've got the pieces to repair all of that. It's completely rutted out across the top. It even comes to the outside here a little bit. I'll have to make a piece for that. What I wasn't counting on was for the A-pillars to be all rotted out. They're rotted out to about here on both sides, as well as on the inside a bit. If you look up top there, you can see outside just above the windshield all the way around. I have the inside and the outside piece there to fix that. Surprisingly, the interior and everything is in really good condition. Even the floor, the only hole in the floor is right here by the driver's side cab mount. Everything else, after I pressure washed it, I went around with a sharp pick and it's solid. There's surface rust, so I'll probably wire brush it, and then I can put some rust converter on it and put a good coat of rubberized undercoating or rock guard on it to protect it. Cab corners are completely shot. They were full right to the top, right even with the inside of the floor, with dirt and old gloves and everything else. The one thing that I will say is, since I washed it, I reactivated all the mouse piss and shit, and it really stinks in here. If I had smell-o-vision, you guys would all go away. So my current plan now is to try and figure out what I'm going to do next. Whether I'm going to lengthen the cab before I get into the rust repair. The cab corners will have to come off for me to be able to do the lengthen the cab. So that kind of tells me that I'll have to lengthen it before I do the cab corners. To be able to lengthen the cab, this is going to be my cut line all the way down on both sides, right up to the top here. I'm going to cut through the drip rail, and then I'm going to put a perfectly square line forward to the high point in the roof, and then I'm going to go straight across the roof. That way, when I form on the English wheel the patch piece to go across, all I have to do is put a crown in it all the way across. I know that sounds easy, but it isn't going to be. Then on the inside, once the cab corners are removed, I can cut the inner structure that goes down the corners here and cut straight across at this body line that goes across the floor. And I'll lengthen the floor exactly the same amount. What it's going to do is move the cab mounts back the same distance I'm lengthening the cab. So I'll have to put a stiffener underneath there. So I'm just, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one, maybe both seats out of the 2003, and set them in here just to see how they're going to fit, and make sure that 5 inches is going to be enough on lengthening the cab, because I'd hate to lengthen it 5 inches and then find out I needed 6. So once I get moving here, I'll pull the seats and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, back again, next day. It's Saturday the 23rd of December. I got the passenger seat out of the 03 and I have it sitting in the cab. It's not too bad. It doesn't quite go back far enough, and I'll show you why. And I'm pretty sure that 5 inches is going to make all of the difference in the world for lengthening the cab. Just take you over to this side. According to my measurements, the seats are just over 20 inches wide. The console is just under 12, so it should fit in here, the whole centerpiece, so I'll have a third small seat there for the pup. So the issue I'm running into for width is right here, and it's because of the curve in the back of the cab. So when I widen it, I'll show you on the other side, right at the seam just behind the door opening, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to add a straight piece in there that's 5 inches long. So what that'll do is it'll allow this to go straight back 5 inches before this curve starts. It's going to allow me to move the seat back 5 inches, which makes a world of difference up here for leg room and being comfortable. Now, I plan on this truck is going to end up being my daily driver. I'm going to get rid of my 2011 GMC, which I absolutely hate. It gets horrible gas mileage, and I don't know, it's just, everybody probably has one of those vehicles that you haven't liked from the day you bought it. So, and that's the way my 2011 is. That's my main reason for putting this on the 03 chassis with a 5.3. All of the stuff I need for that I can buy relatively inexpensive to keep that truck on the road. With it having the 59 body on it, it's going to be a real cool ride and really reliable. So that's kind of the plan there. So what I've done, the first thing I always do when I'm doing major mods like this is I took the rear wheels off. I jacked the truck up, put it on stands underneath the frame here. You can just see them under there. And I put blocking under the rear differential. And I leveled the entire truck front to back this way and side to side so that I can use a level on the cab or the floor, wherever I need, for lining everything up after the fact. Then the next thing I've done is I cut the rotten cab corners off. They were in really rough shape anyhow, but I didn't cut them to the full size of the replacement cab corners. What I needed was access into the inner quarter or inner cab corner so that I can cut it. And I don't know if I can show you here, but see, this gives me access on the inside. So what I'm going to do is figure out my cut, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be right here all the way across and then straight down here so that I can add a 6-inch piece in, or a 5-inch piece, sorry. And then anything I have to repair on this I can do after the fact, and I'll just add 5 inches in here as well. It'll probably be curved slightly, and but that won't be an issue. So once it's all done, I will cut the front lip off of the replacement cab corner, weld it in, then I'll put a 5-inch strip in to lengthen my cab corner, and I can finish the install on the cab corner. So next thing I'm up to is putting some bracing in the cab. I'm going to put a diagonal brace from the bottom corner here at the front up to the top, And then I'm going to put a brace from here to the front of the A-pillar just to hold everything in place when I cut it all apart here. I don't want anything moving. So that's going to be about it. I'm not sure how much more is going to get done here before Christmas Day. Quite a bit of stuff to do. Get ready for Christmas and go from there. So anyhow, guys, thanks for tuning in. I just wanted to give you a little update on where we're going with the cab here. And I want everybody to have a very merry, safe Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll probably have another video up before the New Year so we can do that again. But anyhow, everybody, take care. Have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.